Good day guys, Bing here. So today we're going to try this one. Okay, so it's this one's actually quite simple. So we're going to use a model in place mass, and then create a mass floor, and then so see all these can be created using mass floor by face, and then choose mass floor to create them. But before that, we will need to create some a mass, right? So let's start. So okay, so first we're going to create a model, a project, and then we'll create a model in place mass. And of course, you can also use a conceptual mass if you have, for example, if you have like multiple of these type of building, and then you can create a conceptual mass and then load it into your project, and then you can then place multiple of that mass and then create all the floors. But for this one, we are going to just use the model in place mass. Okay, and yeah, if you need, you can always copy and paste, right? So, actually, hang on. Let's don't go too far. So first, before we create mass, so we're going to just place some curtain walls, so you can see these buildings mostly, I think, curtain walls. So we can just do, and also before that as well, so we are going to add some levels. I'm not sure about the level, so let's make even 45. Yeah. And okay, so we're going to, you can let's maybe just do an array, so 20 of them. So now we have 20 levels. Select all SA on group. Okay, so now we have, yeah, I think that should be enough. So let's just turn off the crop region. Okay, so now we have all these levels. Now go back to the floor plan. So I'm going to just place a wall. So I just use the curtain wall. Okay, so storefront. So, and also try to not make it too big. So maybe something like this. Oh, I guess it will be it's already quite big. So let's go to 3D view. And okay, so this is one level, right? So let's select all these four curtain wall, Control C, and then we can just go to modify and align to select the level. So we can just select all the levels we have here. Click OK. So now this will yeah, this might take some time, but yeah, Revit will copy and paste, copy all these 1, 2, 3, 4 curtain wall onto all the rest of the levels. Oh, it's taking a long time. Okay, maybe it's not a good idea. So actually, maybe we can just use normal basic wall instead of, yeah, I think it's probably not a good idea, because it will slow down my computer quite a lot. So maybe I'll just Control Z, go back. And also I just noticed that the level, the top of the wall is not correctly, yeah, because we changed the level to 4.5 meter, and then this was 4 meter. So when we copy and paste, we will always have a 500 mil gap between. So instead of that, I'll just change the top to level 1, so make sure that it matches the level. Okay, so maybe I'll just use the general wall. Okay, so I think, yeah, that's better. Control C, and then we can paste, select. Let's do it again. Select all, Shift, select all these levels, and then we can, yeah, that's much faster. So now let's just imagine these are the same as these walls behind, so just different material. Okay, so and then we need to, when you create a mass with a shape of the this type of shape, so let's go to ground floor again. So we're going to create a model in place mass. Okay, so type M, go to mass. Okay. So to create this mass, we need to place multiple profiles. So we don't need profiles on every single level, so we can just place one first. So reference line. So we're going to use a spline. So a splines for this one. Okay, so imagine the cameras here. So we probably just we're just going to create those shapes on probably these two faces, and then let's just ignore the back. Okay, so spline I'll use draw on world plan. So because currently the world plan is ground floor, right? Ground floor level. So we're going to start from here, right? And also just make sure, because this mass needs to be a solid. Okay, so it's a solid, so it needs to be closed. So although we're only just create a shape on these two face, we're still going to have something in the back, and then we can close it. Okay, so let's start from here. So I'll just do some shape, like wavy shape, and stop at this corner. Okay, so now we have this, so we can always adjust the shape, right? So you can also add control or remove control if you wanted to. Okay, so now this is one profile, not one profile, but the part of profile. We still need to close it, remember? So we're going to just just do a straight line from here to this corner and go back to this corner. So now we have a enclosed, see, this is enclosed profile. So on this ground floor level. So if I go to 3D view, you will see the reference line here, because in model in place mass, you can see all the reference lines. Or in mass environment, you can all see all the reference lines in 3D view. So now we can do the same thing. We can select this, Control C, and we can paste them. So go to modify. Where is it? Paste here. So paste, and then use the same align to select the level. So for example, we don't need one profile on every single levels, but we can always pick some, like for example 1 2 3 1 2 3 maybe, right? So you can press your control key, like 1 2 3 1 2 3. So not too many, just enough. Okay, so like this. Now we have multiple profiles, and then you can also create. I think I suggest you create the form first, because at this time it's I think it's very likely you can create something, because all the profiles are the same. So I don't think it will fail. But if you do not create a form now, and then you start to change the profiles, and sometimes Revit get confused, so it won't be able to create a form. So it's recommended. I recommend you create a form now, and then change the profiles. Now we can change the form, and also actually let me just type SD. It's a little bit. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'll select everything here, type HI, so just to isolate the mass, this form, solid form, and also the reference lines, the profiles, and so nothing else will show. All the walls, it will hide. So we'll hide all the walls, so it's easier for us to check the shape. But eventually we will probably want to see the walls, because we otherwise it's a little bit hard to tell what part of the mass is protruding, the walls, so you need to show the wall eventually. So but for now let's just quickly do some changes. So for example, I'll keep this one, maybe just this. Oh hell, it's not showing that control point. This is a little bit issue, because without those points we can't really change. So maybe we need, let me just try HR to bring everything back. Okay, so looks like we have some issue here. So interesting. Yeah, I don't think this happened before, but let me just finish this mess. Okay, not really sure. Let me just have a look. So if go to here, it's show everything. Maybe I'll type VV, go to mass, tick this box, make sure everything's visible. And let's have a look again. Edit, select this. Still not showing. Oh, yeah, I know what's going on here. So this is a little bit tricky. So see, because we have this closed the profile, so by default, so when I move my cursor onto this, so it automatically pick 1, 2, and 3. So you can see if we click on filter, it tells us 3 count, right? So 3 reference lines, so including this wavy spline and also 2 straight line behind. So with all these 3 selected, there's no way we can see these control point. So what we need to do is just to select tab. So tab once and select individual. So you can see now we have, yeah, great. Okay, cool. So now we know how to select this spline and we can make the control point visible, and then we can adjust. So now let's just quickly just do some changes. So far, but I just change, flip, some of the control points on this the second profile, and then maybe I'll just quickly do it. Okay, so and then maybe I'll keep this one again and do some quick change, and once again tab select. Okay, so tab select, don't forget. So and then so you can see that start to make in some interesting shape. So you can see those. It's a little bit hard to see, but yeah, you can just rotate a little bit, and then you can see, oh, this is a part that outside of the this wall. So and then you can start to play with all these control point to make some interesting shape, right? So I can come this one, come a little bit more, maybe at this point. So let's again tab select, and then we want this come out, and then I'll skip another one. So tab select this one, so we can just do another one. So maybe this go in to create some void space, right? So this will be a positive space, yeah, right? So and then just quickly do this change, and then I think that's okay. So yeah, just have a look. So it's a little bit hard. If you found it hard to see the end result, you can always give it a material, because currently we don't have any material here. So by default, if you go to object style and go under mass, so see this default form will be applied, which is a translucent material, will be applied to any mass form that without any material. So by if it's by category, it will be here by category here. So you can either you can either change the material here, or you can just change it this one. So it will be globally, like the whole project will change the material. So maybe I'll just use how about copper, and then hang on, what's going on? Still not SD. No. Did I change it? Let's have a look again. Oh, it's changed. Mass. I think it's the wrong one. Sorry. Should be the form, not instead of that mass. So I'll just copy this one. Control C, Control V, and OK. Yeah. So now it's much clearer, right? So you can see all the shape. So let's continue. Try to tab select, and we can just play with all these control point to adjust the shape. Right, so I think that's probably it. So let's just increase this, just make so it's a bit tricky. Just yeah, increase that protrusion a little bit. Okay, so I think okay, I think that's okay. Now the next step is we need to finish this mask. Okay, and then select this model in place mask, and then you will see this mask floor. So click on mask floor, and then you can select all the levels that intersect with this mask. Right, so we can just probably don't need ground floor. Or do we need ground floor? Probably not. So let's start from the level 1 to the top level, and tick the box, click OK. So now we have this. So you can see all these. So they are actually thin. There's no thickness to them. So you can see this only all the area, like floor area, yeah, whatever, all the volumes or areas, but there's no thickness to them. Okay, so the next step, we just need to go to, oh sorry, wrong one, file, architecture. So go to under, oh sorry, floor. So then that's it, floor by face. Okay, so actually let me just stop there for a little while. So floor by face is used to pick mass floor to create mass, to use mass floor tool to create mass floors. Okay, so yeah, so and then you just need to select, see, select everything here, and then create floor. So now we have floor with thickness. So now let me just try to select one. Actually, after you create all these mass floor, you can turn off the, oh sorry, after we created these floors with thickness, we can turn off the mass floor. So the easiest way is we can just go to here. So first, make sure under mass and the side tab, this is just turn off this one, because if this one's on, all the mass is always on. Okay, so the mass will always be visible. And then once this one's once you make sure this one's turned off, you can go type VV and then go here, because we previously ticked this box, so current still visible. So just untick this one. So once both this one's tick off and this one's off, so it will hide the mass. So now we won't see any mass, only these floors. And also these floors, they are actually exactly same as the, not exactly same, but just a floor, a normal floor, right? So you can see, you can even edit boundary. You can, if you're not happy with this one. However, this line, this spline is currently it's you can't change, you can't split, or you can't adjust it, because it's part of that mass. So the only way you can do it is you can either just create another one, or you can scale it. You can scale it, but you just can't change the shape of this one. So if you need to you might think everything else is fine, but I just only want to change it here a little bit, and then you will need to, you probably easiest way is just to just do another spline yourself, right? So and then you can just delete this one and then finish, and then that's it. So now you can see this one's the with the shape we create this shape, right? So instead of the previous, but you can still change this back. So if I just select this floor and click on this one, update to face, it will go back to the original shape to match the shape of the mass. And actually this is pretty much it. So you can see this is just basically this is how we can create. So yeah, probably we need a little bit more. So currently it's not probably it's not enough, so you can't really see a lot, but yeah, maybe we need a little bit more. So actually what I'm going to do is probably not, because if I move one wall, it won't. Yeah, so we need to move like 24 or 21. Nah, better. I think, yeah, I think this is it. Not yeah, not as, you know, good looking as this one, but yeah. So basically, this is how we can create this effect using in Revit, using mass and mass flow. And also because we are talking about mass flow, just quickly just talk about I think I've seen a question about can we create a floor like a curved floor. I don't think we can. So I'll show you an example. So if we do a model in place, right? So mass, okay? So I'll just do another one. So reference, draw work plan, set work plan. I'll just use ground floor. So I'll just do a spline through point. So it's easy because it's easier to create a curved shape with this. So now we have actually let me just go to the top view and copy. So make sure they are all on the same horizontal plane, right? So yeah, and then we can just create a floor and just adjust the height a little bit. So for example, we have this shape. So I think some of you asked, oh, how can we, you know, create? I want a curved floor, but can we do that? No, I don't think we can. Okay, because mass flow by face is not used to create a curved floor. It's used to create a floor using the mass flow in, you know, using a level to cut the mass, right? So if you really need to create something like to follow the shape of this surface, you have to use a different method. So I think for a more like horizontal plane or for a horizontal surface, it's more like a horizontal surface. So I think it'd be best to use a roof by face, right? So to create, so this, okay. So and then you can always, you know, create yeah, I know it's a roof category, but you can always create a different a roof type and with all the materials or yeah, all the finishes, right? So and then pretend this is a floor. If that surface, so if let me just try to select mass, I'll copy this one to here. If that surface is more like vertical than horizontal, so for example, I'll just go to a front view, I'll select this one, maybe I'll just move this one, you know, use my keyboard, go up. It's more like a vertical surface instead of a horizontal. Oh, sorry, wrong one. So like this, and then I recommend to use wall by face instead, because sorry, no, not curtain wall. Curtain wall won't work. Wall by face, curtain wall won't work. Okay, usually I think won't work. Only normal generic wall, so basic wall. So see, yeah. So the reason why use roof for the horizontal surface is because how Revit creates this. So it's like, imagine you the thickness is, or the, what do we call this one? Thickness of roof. It's go vertical, right? So go vertically. So and for walls it's horizontal. So that means if you try to create like so for example, try to create a roof on this surface, it can sometimes it won't work. So I'll just try this roof by face, pick. Yeah, it still works. So but you can see it just go vertically, right? But once you like change this shape to go all the way, you know, past the vertical point, and then it will break the roof, which means you won't be able to create a roof on this surface anymore, so you can only do a wall. So yeah, I think that's enough for some extra stuff on roof by face and the wall by face. But let's just probably delete that. So okay, so this is it for today's exercise. Just a model in place mass with floor, and then create all those mass floor, right? So to achieve this type of effect. Okay, so result. And if you have any questions, please let me know. Yeah, it's a little bit ugly. How can I make it look nicer? Anyway, that's all. Thanks. I'll see you next time. Bye.